Well, that's the end of the Carolina Clash for 2010. We're going to give you the rundown right now, let you know what happened today. In the Grandmasters division, Keith Johnson shot himself a 77 today, finished up at plus 27. Keith's going to take home $300 for winning the Grandmaster division. In the Masters, we had a battle going all week long. Finishing up today in third place, shooting a 67, a 3 under par over at Charlotte's Web, Brad Hammock. Brad finished 11 under for the tournament, and Brad will be taking home $450 this week. In second place, my mentor gave a battle all weekend long. Stan McDaniel came out, actually took the lead today, and then surrendered it, and Phil ran right past him. Stan only ended up with a 68, 2 under today, total of 13 under for the weekend, and he'll take home $600 for his efforts. In first place, winning another national tour, Mr. Phil Arthur, dropping the hammer down today in the woods. He finished 7 under with a 63 on Sunday afternoon, pushing his score to 19 under total, and Phil will be acquiring $870. Let's go over and talk to Phil now. Well, standing here with Phil Arthur. Phil, another national tour win for you. This one wasn't quite as easy as some of the ones you've done in the past, so
no, sir. Give
me an idea how it went today, because you did separate yourself a little bit after just really a one-stroke deficit all weekend with Stan.
Yeah, Stan, he's phenomenal. I mean, he's good. And this morning we started out, and he actually picked up the strokes on me and took the lead. And I just tried to stay focused, you know, put myself in the right mode and just let it happen. And so started executing shots and dropping some putts and was able to pull away, but it was a tough weekend.
Well, now where are you going to be heading next? I know you'll be hitting the national tours, but we're going to be heading down to your neck of the woods for the U.S. Masters Championship next week. Any chance we'll get to see you there?
Absolutely. I'm going to be there, and I'm looking forward to it. I know Kenny and Barry are going to be there, and it's going to be a good time with all the players. I know I think Jim Oates is coming, and Yeti, Jay Redding. The field is really stacked, so it's going to be a good week for all of us, and it'll be a fun time. So I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Well, we're going to be there for sure. That's Phil Arthur, another Masters win at the National Tour. Congratulations, Phil.
Thank you.
Well, Phil's one of the classiest guys you'll ever meet, and he really enjoyed that battle with Stan, I can assure you that. Now let's move on to the women. In third place, our own Sarah Stanhope. Sarah had a great weekend. She shot an 80 today over in the woods at Charlotte's Web. She finished plus 27 for the weekend, and Sarah will be taking home $225 for her efforts. In second place, she had the lead all weekend. She was ahead by 1 coming into today. She was still right there in the mix going into the back 9, but Liz just couldn't quite finish it off. Liz shot herself an 81 today, 11 over par. She finished 16 over for the weekend, and Liz will be cashing herself a $500 check for her participation. Once again, Miss Valerie Jenkins. You see why she is rated the #1 player on the planet. Valerie came out today when it mattered. She shot a 71, 1 over par, finishing the tournament at plus 7. 9 strokes ahead of Liz, and they were almost dead even going into the back 9. Valerie just really excels when the pressure mounts. We did have a chance to catch up with Valerie after the round. Let's let you hear that now. Well, I am here with Valerie Jenkins. Valerie, a lot of times you run away from these girls early. Wasn't the case this weekend. You really had to grind, and you really had to put it together. You was 1 stroke down going into today. Tell me how it went.
It was a battle. It was the whole front 9. We kind of just handed strokes back and forth and kept continuing on to the final 9, and then it's like the last 5 holes or so, you know, it was just about not making mistakes and just getting through the holes. And
you were able to do that?
Yeah.
So what'd you end up winning by?
I think it was 9 in the end.
By 9 in the end. So coming down the stretch, and Liz has been in this position, but you probably are the most comfortable in that position when the pressure really hits. Dave just talked about the pressure mounting and Kenny putting a push and Nico putting a push, and everything just sort of went away. What is it that you do to put yourself in that comfort zone when you're in a tough situation and you know you've got to dig deep?
Yeah, it's tough. You know, I felt myself, you know, playing against her at points, and that's not how you should play. You should play your own game, you know, stick to your game plan, and, you know, whatever happens, happens, but just play your own game.
Well, that's Valerie Jenkins playing her own game, right to the lead again. Another national tour win for the Jink. Congratulations, Val.
Thank you.
Well, in the men's open division, we had a battle right down to the wire. We'll let you know right now your top 5. You had a tie for 5th place. Mr. Barry Schultz shooting a 62 today, 8 under, finishing the weekend at 20 under par. Barry looks like he's back, maybe a little rusty, but tying for 5th at a big event like this, we'd all love to do that with rust on us. Barry will be taking home $700 this weekend for his 5th place finish. Tying with Barry in 5th place, slipping back just a little, Paul Ulibarri. Paul shot a 67, 3 under par today, finishing him also at 20 under par, and he'll be the proud recipient of $700 as well. In 4th place, making the big move today, Michael Johansson, our own. My personal pick to win in the beginning shows what I know. Michael shot an 11 under. He was only 12 under coming in this morning. He finished up at 23 under par, going to take home $900 for his efforts. In 3rd place, the man himself, the 12-time world champion, set the course record Friday afternoon at 14 under. Kenny had troubles all day. He did grind, he did battle, and I'll tell you now, you'd love to shoot a 63, 7 under on a course like this having troubles. Kenny finished the day at 24 under par. He'll be taking home $1,100, and he'll probably secure that 2nd place in the National Tour point standings with this showing. In 2nd place, the hottest round of the day, a 58, 12 under par, Nico LaCastro. Nico had a lot of trouble yesterday, battling some demons in his mind. Today he was smooth sailing, missing all the trees, getting a lot of fortunate luck. Nico finished the weekend at 26 under par, and he'll be taking home a big $1,400 check for his efforts this weekend. And now for your winner of the Open Division, Mr. David Feldberg, aka the Borg. David travels the world playing events like this. The pressure was nothing to him. Yesterday, people were frailing and falling down all around him, and David just maneuvered his way right through the field to the front of the pack. He did the same thing today. He shot a smooth 9 under 61. He did not get off to the best start. He bogeyed the first hole. Mr. Climo took a birdie, cut that deficit in half on the first hole. David put his nose right to the grindstone. He did what he had to do, and he came out victorious. An amazing average of 10 under par on these courses for the weekend. As 3 rounds, David finishes 30 under par, and David will be taking home $2,000 for his efforts. Let's go over and let you hear from the champ right now. Well, I'm here with David Feldberg after yet another national tour. I don't know if you're physically tired, David, but you have got to be mentally tired. That is such a drain to go out there. How'd you keep it together today?
Let me tell you, it's tough out there. This course is tough, and as soon as the pressure came out, you know, I kept finding tough spots, and I just kept believing that as long as I could get to this hole with 3 or 4 shots, I should be able to take it. And man, I played my heart out this weekend. Stan really put me to the test, and I feel proud to have won this tournament. Well,
I don't know if you knew, but you had said one point you knew Michael Joe was making a big push from the 2nd card. You had a really substantial lead on him. But early on, Kenny took 2 from you right off the bat, and that could have sent you spiraling anyway. How'd you get over that and just start bouncing back, Dave?
I talked to myself a little bit, saying, you know, I can't believe it kind of concept. Like, I threw it just the way I wanted. So it just was like a bad kick, and so then my caddy kept, actually he's a therapist, Craig, and he said, dude, just play your game, it'll come back. And I just started throwing my shots, and they just started working, and I was like, oh, this is how I've been playing for the last week. Okay, I get it now. You know, a little Kenny pressure on this course is not what you're looking for, so.
That's a fact. Well, this is your 2nd national tour win.
Yeah.
Out of the first 3. You've got a 3rd place as well. This will put you in the lead and get you on a good start for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
What's the goal? What's the plans for the rest of the year, Dave?
Well, my plan was luckily to get some of these NTs early, because I'm going to be in Europe for the summer. They're sending me to Europe to do some teaching and play 2 A-tiers and a major over there. And then I come back, so I'm going to have to skip the handbrake that I've won 4 out of the last 5, and I might just skip another NT. So I had to get these points early, get my best 4 posted, and then enjoy my European vacation, I hope.
Well, that's David Feldberg with yet another win. Congratulations, Dave, and way to play, way to battle.
Thanks, Billy. I really appreciate it. thanks for supporting us out there, all of you. Just keep watching. It's only going to get better.
Well, David in a great frame of mind. His energy is just abundant. He's looking forward to having a big start because, as he said, he's going to be missing some of these national tours. He wants to build that lead up. Now, we want to remind you about something. Don't forget, you need to go to Disc Golf U, and you need to get your name in the hat so that you can win the first prize out, which is a fully dressed Innova. We're going to be giving that thing away soon. All you have to do is go into Disc Golf U and sign up. If you sign up, you are now eligible and you've put your name in the hat for these prizes, and we've got some great prizes. The promo code for this particular contest is CLASH2010. That's CLASH 2010. You'll get your name in the hat. We're going to start giving them prizes away soon, and you do not want to miss out on that. Well, it's another national tour here. This is the Clash 2010 tour, and this has been the Carolina Clash here in Charlotte, North Carolina. You be sure to stay tuned next week as we'll be down at the home of disc golf, the IDGC in Augusta. Actually, it's in Appling, Georgia, just next to Augusta. The U.S. Masters is what we'll be covering. Mr. Phil Arthur will be there, and it'll be the first Masters competition for Mr. Barry Schultz and Mr. Ken Climo. We sure hope you've enjoyed this. This is Billy Crump from Charlotte, North Carolina. We'll see you next week.
In the final group of the day, from Portland, Oregon, on the pad, David Philberg.